Hello, puzzlers! Are any of you out there limnophobes? You may be a limnophobe and not even know it. If you
No
have
shame.
no
No
shame, no shame. If you have a fear of lakes and ponds, then the word for your condition is limnophobia. Now, it is not a common word, not a particularly common condition as far as I know. But the reason I bring up limnophobia is because inside limnophobia is the letters MNOP in that order. 4 consecutive alphabetical letters. Limnophobia, Limnop, phobia. Now, this is a rarity in the English language. Not unique, though. There are a couple of other words, including 2, as far as I know. You might know more, Greg. 2 relatively common words with 4 consecutive alphabetical letters. So today's intro puzzle is, can you name one or both of those words I'm thinking of? I'll give you the 4 letters that appear inside both of these words. They are RSTU. RSTU in that order. I'll give you a hint to one of them. One of them is a job description of someone involved in the theater, Broadway and such, and you are more likely to see this person during flu season. Someone you might see if there is a cast in a play affected by the flu season, and that's...
You're spelling doctor very strangely.
Dr. Stu. Dr. Stu, maybe.
Dr. Stewart, yeah.
So that is RSTU in the middle of the word. The answer to that and more puzzling goodness after the break. Hello, folks. Welcome back to the Hello Puzzlers podcast. The shamus candle in your puzzle menorah. That intro line was provided by the great Peter Gordon, friend of the show. Sorry, Peter, I didn't get to it sooner. I know we are a tad post-Hanukkah. That's on me, not on Peter. I am your host, AJ Jacobs. I'm here, of course, with Chief Puzzle Officer Greg Pliska. And Greg, before the break, I asked for a word or 2 that contained the alphabetical letter string RSTU in that order, in the middle of the word. My hint was that one of the words is a person involved in theater, and you're more likely to see him or her during flu season.
Yes. You might also see this person if one of the cast members had too much to eat.
Oh, I see what you're doing. I'm ahead of you.
Because then they would be overstuffed.
Right, which is the other word.
The other word, and they would need to bring in their understudy.
Exactly. Nicely done. An overstuffed person might lead to an understudy. Both have RSTU. I couldn't find any other common words. There's one other MNOP, or a couple others. One is gymnopedia.
Yes.
You know about the gymnopedia?
Well, Eric Satie wrote a bunch of really beautiful piano pieces that you probably would recognize if you heard them, called the gymnopedes. So that's the French word for gymnopedia, or gymno, whatever it means.
Well, this one, I don't know if this is the same meaning he was assigning, but the meaning I found is annual festival in ancient Sparta, where the soldiers get naked and dance around. So
yeah, that's pretty much what it was.
So he wrote that. Well,
that's
that was
what we
nice
do
of him to write a piece for that.
Normal thing. Come on. Wait, I thought of another word that has CDEF in it.
Nice. What do you got?
The short form for the United States Secretary of Defense.
Oh, SecDef. Interesting. Okay.
Or 2 words, you could do public defender, things like that. It goes across 2 words, but SecDef came to mind.
Nicely done. All right. Well, I brought all of this up because our guest is not in any way an understudy. That's my segue.
No, nor is he overstuffed.
He is the
arguable.
overstuffed with knowledge and entertainment bits. He is a comedian, a frequent panelist on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, an author, a permanent fixture on the podcast. No one listens to Paula Poundstone. Welcome, Adam Felber. Woo!
It is great to be back, guys. Thanks.
You're one of our favorite guests.
So true.
When you say one of,
Well, yeah,
by
top
definition,
100,
yeah,
200.
that
Top-
could be
yeah,
all
the-
your guests.
Yeah.
top 50, I think.
Welcome, Adam. It's been a few months. We are delighted to have you back. And I believe that you came to us through Chief Puzzle Officer Greg Pliska, who you've known for a while.
Greg and I met, back in, I'm going to say 2002,
Maybe.
perhaps. We met teaching sketch writing and songwriting to the Triangle Club at Princeton University. That's how we met, on the train together.
What a meet cute. I love
Some
it.
of our students have gone on
It
to
was a
very
meet cute.
illustrious careers, too. No thanks to us. We did our best to stifle their intellectual growth, but they continued on.
We'll get him next time.
There you go. Well, Greg has a puzzle that he has written for you, not a sketch or a musical number, but a puzzle.
Mm-mm.
So, Greg, I'm
Oh.
just going to turn it over to you.
Okay. All right. Well, Adam, we're doing a little puzzle today about the Bent films of 2025.
The Bent films.
The Bent films. It's similar to the Best films, but with one letter changed.
Aha.
A lot of great movies came out this year. We're just going to change one letter in each of them so they become slightly bent. So
Okay.
I'll give you an example. Disney released a remake of one of its classic masterpieces in which a young woman escapes the evil queen and lives with 7 magical little people who complain all the time. And that is a clue to the movie Snow Wine
Of course.
instead of Snow White.
Oh, okay. I was in my mind trying to figure out how to turn the word dwarves
Right.
into
fair.
something complainy. So
No,
it's very hard with just changing one letter.
very hard to change one letter. You change all the letters and throw a few away, and you get wine. It's amazing.
Right.
All right, you ready for this?
Okay. Yeah,
Okay.
sure.
Here's your first one. This is a movie about Korean singing stars who track down the best citruses they can find.
K-pop lemon hunters.
Wow.
you go.
Look at that.
I watched the wheel. We can see the wheels turning in Adam's mind. It was like K-pop
Yeah.
demon hunter.
He didn't even talk it out. It just all happened inside.
It just happened.
Oh,
and
I'm
then
sorry. I
and
should
then
have talked
floated
that one
forth.
out.
No,
It just
that was
popped
good.
into my head. I wanted it. I
No,
wanted it so
listen.
bad.
Very good.
We
how
admire
about-
we admire the process.
How about this one? Danny Boyle's third zombie film, all about a father and son and the brain-eating potatoes they fight off.
Okay. So it's Danny Boyle's.
Zombie film. It's the third in a
Zombie
series
movie.
of zombie films.
I am
Okay, so that's the 28 Days Later thing. And
Right.
can you go on with the description again? Give
This,
it to me
this
again.
one is about a father and son and the brain-eating potatoes that they fight off. So it's
28
Yeah.
Lays.
Oh,
No,
I
it-
like that.
Nice thinking. Nice thinking. This one is not about days, right? The first one was 28
It's years,
days.
isn't it?
Yes, 28 years, not later, because it's about potatoes.
Okay, so it wouldn't be latte. 28 years. Tater. 28 years
There it
tater.
is.
There you go. Did you see that movie, by the way?
The tater one?
I did not. Is it any good?
Oh, it's so good. Highly recommend, actually. 28 years later, truly a remarkable piece of filmmaking. Like scary.
I enjoyed
and,
the first two quite a bit.
It's a zombie movie, but it's much more than that. And it's really, I recommend it highly. I was pleasantly blown away, I will say.
I am still entertained by many, many zombie films, but I think 28 Days Later, didn't Danny Boyle kind of invent the fast zombie?
Yes.
Oh,
That was the
interesting.
whole idea that the zombies were not slow. They were very, very fast.
They didn't shamble.
No. They wanted brains and they wanted them now. Exploding forward. All right, here's your next one. This is a Leo DiCaprio film in which he doesn't just have a few small beers, he has a whole bunch. Again and again and again.
I'm right on this one because I just saw this movie, and for
Yeah.
my money, this is the movie of the year. That's one battle after another,
Yep.
and it's got to be one bottle after another.
One
right?
bottle
Bottle.
after another. Exactly. Now that one I
That
haven't
movie
seen.
is fantastic.
That's what I
It
hear.
really, really is.
That's what I hear. Oscar nominations abound. Probably by the time this episode airs, we will know the Oscar nominations or be close to knowing. I'm not sure. All right, here's your next one. This is a movie from this year. The most iconic superhero in the DC universe is really, really pissed off.
Okay, so that's got to be Superman.
Mm-hmm.
Was that movie just called Superman?
It was.
And he's really pissed off. So he's
really
not
pissed
Superman. He's super mad.
He's
Super
super
mad.
mad. Yes.
As opposed to Super Bad. Wasn't that an actual movie?
That was a different movie.
I like
but
that
yes.
movie.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I thought James Gunn did a great job on that movie. I have been trying to convince my local cover band, for which I play keyboards, to cover the song from this year's opening to Peacemaker, the second season.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know.
I have not
know.
convinced my band to do it.
I do have a question, Adam. DC or Marvel? Because you've created for Marvel, right? The comic.
Yes, I have.
You did comics for Marvel.
I wrote a 6-comic miniseries, which was kind of a reboot of a Grant Morrison comic from the 90s for Marvel. And frankly, yeah, Marvel. I'm more of a Marvel guy when it comes to the comics.
Not just because they're paying you.
I prefer
you actually feel
flawed people who are accidentally heroic to actual gods.
Got it. But then didn't DC kind of get in on the anti-hero game and make them flawed as well?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. They did. It's just they started with these just unassailable paragons who were invincible, like Superman, like Wonder Woman, like, let's see, Aquaman, I guess, was a prince.
Oh.
Right.
You know, these are unassailable, you know, they start at the top and stay at the top kind of characters, whereas Marvel was a bunch of schleps.
And it feels like a lot of the DC universe films are just kind of over-the-top violence, over-the-top camp, rather than trying to grab what Marvel did, which is the real flawed people who happen to have these powers.
Yeah.
To me, the best superhero entertainment ever was the original Adam West Batman TV series. Now that was some really... that was some dramatic entertainment, flawed characters.
I agree. It's so funny. And Batman, you know, one of the few superheroes who has no powers.
Yeah, I know, except for being rich.
DC really broke the mold on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rich is a good superpower for him. All right, let's do another one of these.
It is indeed a superpower.
This is perhaps the year's most anticipated sequel, a movie musical that sees Elphaba and Glinda compete to see who can sell the most of Gwyneth Paltrow's New Age products.
Okay, so I'm going to have to try. I have to figure out
to remember
what the subtitle is of the movie, because I took my kids to see this one. The whole family went.
Yeah.
An extended group of 9 people went to the theater.
So memorable.
Oh, that would be Wicked for Goop.
Wicked for Goop, exactly, instead of Wicked for Good.
I couldn't remember the subtitle at first.
Live-action remake of a Disney film about a space alien and the luxury car he gets driven around in.
Don't know it.
Okay. Live-action remake
Hawaii.
of a space alien. Let's see, what's a Disney movie about a space alien?
Yeah, that doesn't really narrow it
It's
down.
that one in Hawaii.
It's two people.
Oh.
And, yeah, you got it.
My first thought would be Lilo and Stretch.
Oh,
But
I like that.
doesn't work. Too many letters to change it from Stitch to Stretch. So it's going to be Limo and Stitch.
Exactly.
very good,
Well
very
done. I like
good.
when you come up with 2 possible answers for the same one. Even if one of them is totally wrong, it's still a good move.
Okay, thanks.
Possible, but wrong. Michael B. Jordan plays twin baseball pitchers who only throw downward moving fastballs.
Okay. See, for these other movies, I had the title of the movie first. This time I don't have the title of the movie, the Michael B. Jordan Twins movie. Although, thinking about it, I have seen it.
Yeah.
But it's Sinker.
Super.
So it's Sinkers instead of Sinners.
Well done. Coming in from the back door, like a little backdoor sinker. Good.
Yeah, like
Very
a backdoor sinker. It's usually a slider, but if you change a couple of letters, it works.
No, it didn't work. In this movie, Brad Pitt plays a race car driver who returns after 30 years to sell steak sauce. Oh, good. I like that.
You know, as soon as you said Brad Pitt and race car, I was like, how is he going to find anything to do with the title of that movie, which is, in fact, only 2 characters, right?
Yes.
But you went ahead and did it. It's got to be A1, right?
Right.
Instead of F1.
Of F1, the actual movie. A1, which
I haven't seen it, but
I'd like to see that. It's sort of a mashup of F1 and what was the sneaker movie? Wasn't he in the sneaker movie?
Air?
Air, was he in that?
I don't think he was. That was Matt
different-
Damon and Ben Affleck.
They're the same person.
All
aren't
right,
they?
sure.
Was that
Yeah,
movie
why
called
not?
Air?
There was a movie
Yeah.
called Air about the birth of the Nike advertising campaign with Michael Jordan. So that was
Huh. But
It was
what
some-
about that movie about Michael Jordan making a farm of conifer trees, Greg? What would that one be called?
I was like,
I
where are
see
you
you're-
going with this?
Where I could
All
see
right.
you're grinding something out there. That would be fur, of course.
There you
Correct. You win, Greg.
Well, what about the movie about the toothpaste, the birth of the toothpaste campaign with, I believe it has 3 colors. And
That would be
I don't know
AIM.
if my AIM. Exactly. Another great movie.
I see. We're doing all the same movie in different ways.
It's easier.
All right. How about this one? It's a science fiction film by Bong Joon-ho, and it features Robert Pattinson as an expendable, a guy who gets cloned every time he gets a big bruise on his neck from making out too much.
Okay. This was early in the year, wasn't it?
Yeah. You got to go way
Weirdly,
back.
you're naming all the movies I've seen. I don't see that many movies. I will not remember the number, but it was
Oh,
Mickey.
okay.
So this is Hickey 17.
Yes. Well
Wow.
done. You got the
Was
number.
it 17?
Hickey 17. Exactly.
Oh, right.
Oh,
It was Robert Pattinson as the
Yeah,
17th
Mickey
version
17,
of
yeah.
Mickey. Yeah, good one.
Yeah. No, Adam, I asked AI what movies you'd seen this year, and it told me.
It's
So I
it's
just picked.
uncanny, except for F1. These are all movies I've seen.
Well, I kind of know what you like, maybe. All right. I got one more for you. One more.
Okay.
We're going back to Marvel now. Marvel goes back to the 60s in this film about a quartet of superheroes and their early attempts to make beef bourguignon, Hungarian goulash, and ratatouille.
Delicious.
So it's got to be the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Again,
Again, you
was that
gotta
the
remember
entire
the
title?
subtitle.
Fantastic Four
No,
something?
Fantastic Four blank blank.
First something or Fantastic Four?
Yeah, good. And they're making beef
And-
bourguignon,
what's the
Hungarian
clue again?
goulash. And they're making beef bourguignon, Hungarian goulash, and ratatouille.
Which are all types
For
of...
stews.
First
There it
stews,
is.
exactly.
First
Instead of
stews.
first
That's
steps.
terrific. First steps, first stews.
First, everyone
God.
loves a stew.
Wow.
Well done.
There was the
Another.
Ratatouille was a stew-based movie.
Another. How many stew-based movies do you know? Billy?
I don't know.
Is
I haven't-
Ratatouille a stew?
According to the internet, it is.
Yeah, and we're
Okay,
never wrong.
okay.
We trust the internet implicitly.
You got to trust the internet.
Great job, Adam, and thank you, Greg. Everyone, we'll be back. We're going to have some stew, and we'll be back with more puzzling. And Adam Felber. Hello, puzzlers. Welcome back to the podcast. Now, we're with Adam Felber, the great Adam Felber. And Adam, I do have a puzzle for you, but before I give it, I do have a few questions for our segment called Puzzling Questions, where we get to know our guest a little better so that he or she is less of an enigma to us and our listeners. Now, Adam, I want to start this by saying that I decided to ask ChatGPT for 10 fun facts about Adam Felber. And it was very fast.
Wow.
Very fast. It spat out 10 fun facts, including the fact that you, Adam Felber, once wrote an entire book narrated by Don Quixote's horse, Now, this was confusing to me because I did not know about this book, so I asked ChatGPT for the source, and the ChatGPT sheepishly admitted that it kind of made it up. So it was hallucinating. It just did some peyote and just decided you had written a Don Quixote horse narrative, unless it knows something that I don't. Are you or have you written a book narrated by Don Quixote's horse?
No, but I did not even remotely.
Fair enough.
But I did write a book from the point of view of a Jack Russell Terrier bandit. So,
oh, okay.
Because one of my first TV jobs was writing for Wishbone, the PBS show about that well-read Jack Russell Terrier.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Very fun.
And when that show was over, I was asked if I would write one of the novelizations. So I wrote the novelization of my own episode, Paw Prints of Thieves. And so I wrote my first book, in fact, was that. The kids' book.
So ChatGPT took a little nugget and just twisted it into beyond recognition. I decided not to fact check the other facts that ChatGPT spat out so that you could fact check them for me. So I'm going to read you a couple of these, and I want you to tell me whether they're true, and if they're not true, any theories on where they came from. All right.
Okay.
Apparently, you, Adam Felber, once lost an entire afternoon researching the etymology of the phrase hang fire. And you admit that you like to get sucked into linguistic rabbit holes and forget what the original question was. Your coworkers call this Felber drift. Felber drift. So do you suffer from Felber drift? And do you know the etymology of hang fire?
Wow. I'm going to say no and no. I've never heard of
so
Felber
crazy.
drift. I've never heard my colleagues say that there was such a thing as Felber drift. I do get kind of obsessed. I will go down rabbit holes. Hang fire, I probably did look it up at one point because I did own the Rolling Stones early 80s album Tattoo You, which features the song Hang Fire, which I think was a hit.
Oh, interesting.
So I probably at one point in my life looked it up because it's in the opening line of the song is in this big old country where I come from. Nobody ever works and nothing gets done while hang fire.
Oh, interesting.
That's my memory of the
while we're
song.
doing that, that's impressive that it knew that you listened to Hang Fire. But
not a lot of people know that song, probably.
No, I don't know it. And in fact, I would like to know the definition of hang fire. I didn't look that up either. Andrea Schoenberg, senior puzzler, can you look that up and pop in when you have the definition and etymology? But while we're on the subject of rabbit holes, can you remember any recent rabbit holes you went down?
Well, I professionally went down a rabbit hole this year that was really fun. I helped with a book that is about a lost Rembrandt painting and learned more about the art world than I've ever known. I don't want to give it away, but the book is by the world's foremost art detective, this amazing man, and it will be coming out next year.
All right. Is there one fun art world fact that you remember from your rabbit holing?
Yeah, there was a family, I think their names were Lafarge or something like that, in France in the 17th and 18th century, if I'm not mistaken. And their main job was forging paintings. They made fair copies, which were legal copies, and they downright made forgeries too. So most art forgery can be traced to this one nefarious family.
But it was allowed, like you could make a fair copy, because it'd be like buying a poster or a lithograph. You're like, oh,
absolutely, and there was a big industry of that.
Allowed.
But there was also if you fake the signature and then shuttled the painting off to somebody who was going to try to pass it off as real. Of course, even back then, that was not thought of as a good thing to do.
Interesting. All right, I got a couple more from ChatGPT.
Do you want to hear what hang fire means?
Yes, please.
Okay. This is from Wikipedia, not ChatGPT, which obviously cannot be trusted. It means to do nothing, to delay, wait, hold back, or hesitate. And it originally denoted the instance when a gun or flintlock would fail or markedly delay the fire when the trigger was pulled.
Ah, okay, all right. I am
Oh, well,
owner
that's
of two
great.
muskets. And flash in the pan, also a musket-related phrase.
Of course, of
Because,
course.
yeah, it's when the gunpowder explodes in the little pan of the rifle of the musket instead of going into the barrel. So there you go. All right, I got a couple more for you, Adam. ChatGPT says that you play a character on Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, who is, quote, the voice of sanity, unquote, but you have said that that is not your real life personality. You are not the voice of sanity.
That is false. But I see
You
where
are.
it comes from because
Where'd they get
on
it?
Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me, I'm just me. But on my podcast with Paula Poundstone, nobody listens to Paula Poundstone. I very much have to do a version of myself that is kind of the voice of sanity for all the flights of fancy that Paula goes on. And in real life, I tend more towards the wacky than I do on the podcast with Paula. So ChatGPT just kind of conflated one show with the other, I think.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, your mind is not, you do flights of fantasy. You wrote a whole book about Schrodinger's cat, and, that's not a normal topic for a novel.
Not for somebody who's supposed to be the voice of sanity, I would think.
Exactly. All right, I got two more. I got, you have a running bit about having 8 or 9 middle names.
False.
That is so crazy. I mean, ChatGPT is usually, I find, like 70% true and 30%. But this time, ChatGPT was like, wow, let me just go crazy. I think I was trying to impress you. I was like, Adam's
This is
funny.
great.
I'm gonna try and...
But you know what? I just flashed as to where that possibly comes from.
Where?
On the spiel I do at the end of the Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone podcast, it's the same in the script every week, and we've done 386 episodes. Somewhere around episode 50, there was a typo in the script that was prepared for me, and it said Adam Lee Felber, which I thought was, or Adam Leigh Felber. For some reason, there was an L-E there for no reason. And so I always outro myself as Adam Leigh Felber, Adam L. Felberino, Adam La Felber, Adam Lee Felber, as though I were an assassin. And so I'm guessing that's where that comes from.
So interesting. I love, this is a puzzle in itself. Where did ChatGPT
really
get the
is.
germ of the idea for their crazy made up facts? Last one, speaking of fact checking, Adam's mother reads Wait, Wait news stories before he does and texts him corrections. I don't even know what that means because Wait, Wait stories are not. But anyway, what's your thought on that?
False.
False.
ChatGPT is 0 for however many. For one, my mom sadly passed away in 2009, and she was a Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me fan, but
good,
and an author and into trivia, but never would have corrected me about some story from Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Interesting.
Not that
and
I
did
remember.
see this on Wikipedia is generally slightly more reliable than ChatGPT. And Wikipedia said your mom was a noted romance novelist. Is that true?
That is absolutely true. She wrote primarily Regency romances of England when George III was mad and the future George IV, the Prince, Prinny, was running the show. And she wrote something like 28 published romance novels during the course of her career.
And is that ever something you considered following in your mom's footsteps?
You know, I have with a friend, I've written a couple of rom-com screenplays, but no, I've never written a romance novel.
Got it. Well, you got 3 letters in common. So that's something. Thank you, Adam, for helping us fact check ChatGPT. It's a big job.
Terrible.
It's a big job. That was the worst I've ever seen it. I mean, it's made up stuff about me, but that was impressive. Hello, Puzzlers. Welcome back to the Hello Puzzlers podcast. I am your host, Eagle Power Heel Grabber. Eagle Power Heel Grabber. That is what you can call me if you want, because it is the literal translation of my first and last names. I love the etymology of people's names, what they mean in the original language. So I did it for my own name, and my real first name is Arnold, not AJ. Arnold, which is derived from a Germanic word for eagle power. And then my last name is Jacobs, which is derived from the biblical character Jacob, which is Hebrew for heel grabber. Because if you remember the story, Jacob in the Bible was a twin, and while he was being born, he grabbed the heel of his twin Esau, and that's how he got out of the womb. He sort of got a lift out of the birth canal from Esau. So I am Eagle Power Heel Grabber, and I would like to welcome back our guest, Dirt Willow Tree Dweller. Welcome, Dirt Willow Tree Dweller, also known as Adam Felber.
Wow, I knew Adam means dirt or red earth or something like that.
Right, red earth.
But what's the other one?
According to the internet, which, as we know, is always infallible, it means someone who dwells near a conspicuous willow tree. I love the word conspicuous. It's a German word.
I had always assumed that the derivation of Felber was one who felbs.
Did you ever figure out what felbing is?
No. I'm sure it's filthy.
Well, according to my research, you are and is there any truth to that? Do you have a willow tree near I know you live in LA where there are trees.
There are many trees, but I do not have a willow, although I kind of want one now to make my name truthful. I'd have to plant it in a conspicuous place.
Exactly.
Like on my forehead.
It's very conspicuous. Well, I told my dad, because his name is Arnold Jacobs as well, and he loves pranks. So I thought heel grabber is sort of like leg puller, and I thought he was excited that was a very appropriate name. Well, I have built a puzzle around the literal meanings of names of notable people, and I'm going to give you the literal translations of these folks' first and last names. Now, I don't expect you to guess the notable person just from the literal meanings of their names. Maybe you can sometimes, but the real hint will come in the form of a clue about why their name is appropriate, because I found some eerie coincidences that make me think maybe there's some sort of divine guidance going on when parents name kids. I'll give you a quick example. There's an actor and comedian whose first name means dirt, like you, or red earth, and his second name is derived from a German word for shoemaker or sandal maker. Now, here's the eerie coincidence, Adam. The actor whose last name means shoemaker starred in the 2014 movie The Cobbler. What?
Which
Also
nobody
in
except
Happy
me has
Gilmore.
seen.
You did see it?
It's
never
not
heard
good.
of it.
It's not good.
Okay, no, it did not do well on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's Adam Sandler.
Adam Sandler. Adam Sandler is a sandal maker. Well, I'm impressed on many levels.
No, you started me off
that.
easy. Confess. You started
All
off
right.
easy.
But that you've seen The Cobbler is impressive. I mean, I love Adam Sandler. He has some great movies, but apparently that was not one of them.
No.
All right. We've got some more. You ready? And again, feel free to try using context clues about the actual names, but I will have a clue. All right, the first name of this another actor, it means cool mountain breeze in Hawaiian. So Hawaiian for cool mountain breeze. And his last name is a bailiff, Old English for bailiff. Now, the eerie coincidence is this actor may not have played a bailiff, but he has played other law enforcement people, including a police officer in Speed.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, and the police officer in Speed.
Now, remember, his first name is Hawaiian, so keep that in mind. He was also a police officer in Point Break.
Oh, that's got to be. I was going to go with Judge Reinhold, which is not Korean, which is not Hawaiian. But I was thinking of Speed. But that's got to be Keanu Reeves.
That is Keanu Reeves, right? Keanu.
Yeah,
means
because
cool mountain
Keanu, because the Hawaiian is what gave it away. But what's the
Were
last
you
name
thinking
mean?
Reeves? A reeve is a bailiff, some sort of court official is a reeve. I love, by the way, though, maybe it was the court officer and judge. Was that part of the Judge Reinhold? That maybe that got in your mind?
Oh, that's probably one of the things that got me thinking in that direction. Yeah. Yeah, to do forensics on my own bad guessing. Yes, that's where it came from.
All right, I've got. Let's go with a politician, a former politician. Her first name means pearl in Greek, pearl, and her last name means roof repairer in Old English. Now, this is so the weird coincidence is that in her official portrait as a former British Prime Minister, she is wearing pearls. She is wearing her first name on her neck. So
and her last name means
repairer,
what? Roof repairer?
Yeah, someone who repairs roofs.
All right, I can get in through that door. I did not, though I didn't know that the first name meant that. It's got to be Margaret Thatcher, right?
Margaret Thatcher, exactly.
Yeah,
which
Thatcher,
is a real
sure.
word, like
Thatch
a
roof.
Thatcher. Someone
Thatch
who
roof cottages.
repairs.
For
I don't know that reference. What is that?
some people will. It was from Strong Bad Emails, the famous Trogdor the Dragon episode. That's from the late 90s, I think, or early O's.
I love it. All right, I'm going to do some research. All right, we got two more. This is a business person, and his first name comes from the Latin for warmongering, sort of related to the Roman god of war. His second name is derived from the German for Sugar Mountain. So warmongering Sugar Mountain is his full name. And the eerie coincidence is that his social media platform might actually lead into civil war in the United States.
Okay. Sugar Mountain. And what sort of person is it?
A business person.
A business. Okay.
So warmongering Sugar Mountain, his social media platform might actually cause a civil war.
Okay, so Mars is of course the Roman god of war, so maybe that's Mark
Yes.
and Zuckerberg, right? Gotta be.
Exactly. Zucker is sugar, and Berg is mountain. And I feel that he has done a lot to divide our country. So thank you,
Sure.
Mr. Sugar Mountain.
I was trying to think of how Elon could mean god of war, but it doesn't.
Right. No, that is interesting. I didn't look up his name, but maybe for a follow-up. All right, how about this one? This man, another politician, late politician. His first name is Germanic for free man, and his last name is a Dutch. It's derived from the Dutch for rose field. Now here's the eerie coincidence. He is buried with his wife Eleanor in a rose garden. What? Unbelievable.
What? Okay, well, rose, I mean, it seems simplistic, but could it be Franklin Roosevelt?
It is. I just thought, yes. Why? They don't all have to be twists. Franklin Roosevelt, buried in Hyde Park.
That's fascinating. Yeah.
So I love finding out what people's real names mean. So
what does his middle name mean? It was Delano, right?
Delano. I did look that up in case it came up. Delano means from a marshy land. So, which is actually very good because we started this episode with limnophobia. And limnophobia is the fear of lakes, ponds, and marshes. I did not even mention marshes. So it all comes together with Delano. So Delano, FDR did not have limnophobia. There you go.
Well
Perfect.
done.
A button.
You put a bow on it. Yeah.
Put a bow. Well, thank you, Adam. And Adam, where can people get more of your delightful wit? I know, wait, don't tell me, you're a frequent guest. And what else?
Of course, the podcast Nobody Listens to Paula Poundstone.
Great
I have
podcast.
a few books out there. I still. You mentioned Schrodinger's Ball. That's the actual title of the novel. That's from Random House,
Right.
and I recommend it. And over the pandemic, I wrote that book with the B filmmaker Charlie Band called Confessions of a Puppet Master, which is a ripping good read.
Yes. Well, last time you were here, you mentioned that you made a joke about Barbenheimer, and then that joke became an actual script. So what is the update? Is there any update on Barbenheimer?
I regret to say that its shoot date was postponed due to funding and special effects reasons, but there's a consortium of guys out there trying to make Barbenheimer still happen, and the script's hilarious. So I'm still hopeful that Barbenheimer will happen because it was cast. A director was prepping storyboards, and then it just fell through a little bit,
as happens in Hollywood often.
Oh yeah,
but we will be there as soon as it premieres, and we'll have you back on for that or anything else. Thank you again, Adam. Thank you, Greg, whose name, by the way, means vigilant. And Pliska is either songbird or bald patch. I'm just going to, so vigilant bald patch.
Let's go with bald patch. Yeah.
Why not? All right. So thank you, Adam. Thank you, listeners. Oh, before we go, remember we have Patreon. If you want to be part of our community, patreon.com/HelloPuzzlers. And there's free level, but VIP levels, and you get all sorts of cool stuff. Chats, videos, bonus puzzles, newsletters. And of course, we'll see you here next time for more puzzling puzzles that will puzzle you puzzlingly.